Did I ever tell you the haiku about okay. So it's by Basho. So it's maybe about 700 years old or so. The temple bell stops ringing, but the sound keeps coming through the flowers. A bit of a koan, maybe, as good ones are. So welcome everyone. And this is our sixth class in the 8 class session on Qigong, Neigong, and Shengong. And so this is the third installment of the Neigong. The Neigong is a little more focused internally than the Qigong. And then the Shengong is spiritual Qigong. It's Qigong practiced uh, for spiritual awakening. And that'll be next time. And after the 8th time, we will all just sort of levitate out the door. Yeah, let's just sort of float out together. Sorry?
Look forward to that.
You look forward to that. Okay, well, don't hold your breath. Okay. Now, last time, you may recall, we did the smiling to the organs, and each organ had a color associated with it. And that was taught in the traditional way. And then there was a question afterwards that I dropped the ball on. And the question was, what about the sex organs? And the answer to that is what we're doing together is a framework. Okay. And you can follow the framework exactly, and or you can play a little jazz with it. Okay. So, we were focusing on the certain organs. If you want to add different organs, then do that. Okay. If you want to focus on the bones instead of the organs, or the muscles, or the ligaments, or whatever, what this really is in Buddhist terms is a body scan meditation. It's a type of a body scan meditation that's specifically Taoist. But the body scan meditation can be done any number of ways. Okay, so take these ancient teachings and alter them as you see fit for your needs that particular day. They may be different day to day. And that's the real answer. Okay, so I wanted to put that in there. Okay. So first, we're not living in a monastery here. So we're coming in from our cars or from our jobs or from biking through traffic. We're coming in here with the shadow of the day-to-day world on us. And so whenever you're practicing Qigong, you're going to want to sort of check in with that. And what do I need to release here first? Okay. Unless you do it first thing in the morning, then there may not be much there. But so, this gesture that we did in the Qigong part, this is an abbreviation for this. Okay. So you can do that or any variant of that. If you're in the grocery store, you might not want to do that, but you might want to do this. you know? And your body knows what that means. It means loosen up, let go, don't get stuck in whatever this is. So, you'll just naturally do it, once you start, because it feels good. Um, so that's the releasing. And then the other one is just being stable, just feeling not that you're permanent, but that you're one with the earth, or one with the material form of your presence, of your body. And so that's in our stance. And some people will naturally stand like this, and some people maybe will stand more. It doesn't matter. For Qigong. For Tai Chi, that's different. But for Qigong, it doesn't matter. And just briefly, just check in. How does it feel on the bottom of your feet? And if you feel a little pressure on the insides of your feet, you know, close your stance a little. And if you feel the pressure on your knees, um, then you're maybe too open. Let's see, if it's on the inside, you want to open up. Excuse me. Okay, so and that's an abbreviation for doing all of the grounding movements. Okay, so once you've done some of these a few times, you can just sort of abbreviate them, and then the benefit just returns. Okay, so then this body scan at the beginning, just moving up, check that the knees are soft, and then just as if you're going to sit down. You're not sitting down, but you're just about to sit down. So a little flex here. And then moving up, very important that the belly is completely relaxed. And we're taught to hold it in, and just be sure it's very, very soft. And then you notice the movement of the breath. And then moving up, it can be useful sometimes just to lift your shoulders, or maybe roll them a little, lift them, and then let them down. And all of this can be done in just a minute. And then tuck the chin a little, just intentionally pull it in just a little bit. And then you notice the opening at the back of the neck, the opening of the spine. Okay. And when all that body scan is accomplished, then we're grounded and we're present. Okay. And so there's always yin and yang. And so there's always movement and stillness. So we've arranged this stillness, and then we can bring our attention and feel the movement of the breath. And sort of be aware of both at the same time, that we're still and we're moving. Okay, very good. Now you might notice tingling in your hands or elsewhere. And so this is just an awareness of the vital energy in your body. And all the cells are moving, and all the atoms and molecules are literally moving. They vibrate really fast. And that's sort of what we're feeling. And then maybe the heat. Body's generating a lot of heat. Okay. So these are the components of just this beginning posture. Now our eyes can be cast down, or you can, at some points in this, you can close them if you want to, as long as it doesn't affect your balance or anything. But generally, the gaze is down. Okay, very good. All right, now let's go to tree and spring, because in the Taoist tradition, there's earth and there's heaven and there's human. So there's the material world we're connected to, and then there's the world of emptiness or space or non-physicality, and then the human body is the bridge which connects these two, and both of them interplay in the human body. So then now we can engage the mind and dropping the attention down, and now extending our sense of touch, extending it into the earth. So the question is, what would it feel like to be a tree? Or what would it feel like to have roots in the ground that are sensitive, like your fingers? How would that feel? Okay. So that's touching into at a sensory level, that's touching into the connection of the earth. Okay. And now dipping the knees. So we point down, that sets our attention down. And then as we come up in breath, now we're pointing, and we're bringing our attention up inside the body, right through the organs and so on, through the head and through the brain and out the top. And then we're pointing up, 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 and look up and extend. And the same thing, what would it feel like for your arms to be light years long and your fingers to touch all the stars? What would that feel like? Okay, and then with an out breath, down, good. Now our attention's going down the middle of the body, and we're pointing down, extends now through the feet, down into the earth. And then with your next in-breath, so the fingers are pointing to where our attention is. It's coming right up the middle of the body. And then out the head and look up, 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 way out, all around, particularly behind you, up, up, out. And when you're ready with an out breath, good. And one more time. Okay, so that's the macrocosmic orbit that goes internal in the body and also beyond the body. Okay. So the microcosmic, as you'll recall, so starting with your dominant hand, so pointing in breath, we're pointing to the inside of the spine, bringing the attention up, 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 crown of the head, point up, just briefly, and then out breath, it comes down the inside front of the body. And then point down, down, down. Good. And then switch hands. Start with an in breath as you go up and just breathe normally. Other hand. Okay, the next one, when the hand gets all the way up, then we're going to move both hands. So one goes up and one goes down. So you just enjoy the movement of this. Don't worry about visualizing anything. And now, if you're musically inclined, you can do what Tricia, you called the inner flute. And that is as your hand comes up the spine, it's like a xylophone. It's going from low notes to high notes, and then the opposite going down. Okay, very good. Now let's just slowly reduce the movements. Okay, very good. So that was mostly internal. So now the next touching heaven, touching earth. So there's a center line. And so one hand goes up, the other goes down. And then it's as if these palms are resting on a pane of glass. And one's pointing up, one's pointing down. Okay, and the body is upright. Check that you're not like tilted, because this is a symmetrical. Okay. So this is a meditation posture, and we're stretching a little bit, and that means our attention's going way, way, way down and way, way, way up at the same time. Okay, good. And now come back. And then left and right. Crane. Good. And come back. And now the other hand goes up. Extend. The body is a bridge between the earth and the universe. And then if you want to make this a little more muscular, then open your stance a little. And with your breath, you can do this very slowly or faster. Just be aware that you're moving with your breath. And there are three positions. There's the vertical, and there's the horizontal, and then there's the heart position. And you can try just remaining in any of these just for a few breaths and extend out as you do. When you're horizontal, this is all directions, front and back as well. It forms like a sphere all around. Now, the next level of this is to turn the palms forward and switch the hands. And then sit down. So do this at your own pace. Stand out all around, all around. Okay, good. Let's just do a couple more. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and take a seat. So again, check that your feet are fully on the floor. Drop the chin a little. Okay, very good. So now focusing on the breath, specifically the movement of the body. So for the next out breath, let's drop our attention down inside the body, down into the lower dantian, which is just the area of the abdomen, a couple of inches below the navel and in the middle of the body. And if your belly's relaxed, you can definitely feel the movement with the breath. Now, let's see if you can locate the still point in the belly at the end of the out breath. This is the place where the in-breath begins there, and then it expands. And then it shrinks back to that still point. Now, the belly is actually expanding like a balloon. We know it expands forward, but it also expands in all directions like a balloon. So just let it do that. So the still point is right in the center of that balloon. Now the still point is always there as the belly expands and relaxes. Okay, that's the lower dantian or the hara point. Okay, very good. Now just drop straight down from that into the perineum. So where your body meets the stool. That's a still point too. They're lined up. Okay. And then coming up from that, just up the middle of the body, up to the heart area or the sternum, up to the middle dantian, there's a still point there too. So noticing how the chest expands in all directions. The lungs are balloons. They expand in all directions. Notice how that expands and then relaxes, and find the still point where it begins. Okay. And all three of these still points are lined up vertically, the perineum, the lower dantian, and the middle dantian. And so with the in-breath, the whole torso is expanding. The out-breath, it's relaxing. Okay, very good. Now, there's also an upper dantian point in the middle of the brain, but we're not really focusing on that now. But that's lined up too. Okay, very good. Now dropping down to the perineum, just slowly lean forward. Okay. And then start circling around as if you're creating a cone with a point at the perineum, and your head is circling around that. Your upper body is circling around the perineum, forming sort of a cone, if that makes sense. The perineum here is the still point. Okay, good. Now, when you're leaning back, tuck the chin. When you're leaning forward, lift the chin. Tuck. This is very natural. Leaning forward, you lift the chin. You're leaning back, tuck the chin. And you're shifting the weight, and you're making this big circle. Okay. And the whole time you're completely aligned and balanced. And then let the circle get smaller. And it sort of spirals like water going down a drain. It sort of spirals around. Okay. And then the verticality is there again. All are lined up. Okay, very good. Now start by leaning forward and go the opposite direction. We're circling around the perineum, and then involve the chin. So out. Okay, and then reduce the movement so it spirals down. And then the alignment is present again. Okay, so this is a sitting Neigong. If you do sitting meditation, this is a form of Taoist sitting meditation. The meditation can take place moving as well as in stillness, because there's no difference. If we're sitting in meditation and the body is still, it's also moving. And if we're sitting and we're moving the body like we were, there's also these still points and this still vertical axis that's there. So they're both really the same. Now, very good. Now breathing the stars into the organs. So starting with the lungs, the chest, we know we're breathing air in and out. Also, imagine and feel that we're breathing in light from the front of the body, this stream of light with the in-breath into the heart and lungs, lighting it up. And the out-breath, breathe it out the back. Then breathe it in from the back and out the front. Now, with the next one, breathe in the front and in the back at the same time. Fill up the heart with light and then breathe out front and back at the same time. Okay, very good. And then the next one, in breath, breathe in from all directions into the heart and breathe out in all directions from the heart. Notice sensations in the body. This is actually what's happening. When we breathe in, we're breathing in from all directions. The air is all around us. So we breathe in, fill up the heart, and we breathe out, and the air returns out into the world. So it's an expanded awareness of the process of breathing. So breathe in, breathe light from all around, light up the heart, the lungs, and then breathe it back out. And we begin to lose the sense of separateness of the body and the environment. The skin is porous, it's full of pores. The lungs are exchanging air. The heat is radiating out of the body. This is true. And extend your sense of touch with the out breath out all around the body. It's like you have a million fingers going out with the out breath. Just sense the space around the body. Particularly behind you. Very good. And now let the breath become more subtle. Let it become a little longer, a little slower, a little finer. So it's not anything like hard work. It's just this natural filling and emptying in all directions. If you want to, you can let go of the idea and just feel the breath in an extended way. Very good. Let's take a few more breaths. Just notice the stillness of the sitting body and the movement of the breath. And then the tingling in the body indicates movement also. Okay, very good. Okay, next one, we're going to breathe into the heart area again. And this time from above. So with the in-breath, we breathe in the light of the stars down through the crown of the head into the heart. We imagine and feel that. In the torso, the heart lights up, and then breathe back out, up through the head. So this is the realm of formlessness, the yan, entering and becoming form, filling the body. And then returning back to formlessness with the outcome. Okay, very good. And just breathe naturally. Let that go. Good. And the next one is to breathe in from below, breathe in from the earth through the perineum up into the heart. And then back down. So this might feel a little bit different. You can breathe through the bottoms of the feet if you like. And so this is not starlight. This is something a little more dense. A little more maybe liquid. Very good. And with the next one, breathe in from below up to the heart. And with the out breath, breathe out and up. Then the in breath, breathe down from the stars to the heart. Out breath, down to the earth. So feel and imagine. Now the inner tree in spring. The in breath comes up from the earth through the whole body, out the top of the head. The out breath, it like a bubbler, it comes down all around the body. So in breath from the earth, all the way up to the stars. Out breath, it comes down all around the body, back into the earth, and repeat. If you like, you can remember doing tree and spring with the hands, and you can imagine that or remember that, guiding it with your fingers. So if you look down on this from way above, it would look like a bubbler. Fountain. And so this is balancing the inside and the outside. There's no difference. And then let the breath become more subtle. Finally, when you're ready, just let go of all intention. Just simply sit and breathe. Very good. And just notice sensations in the body, particularly tingling. One last time, maybe just extend your awareness behind your body. Feel the space behind your body. So the body's sort of in the middle of this field. Very good. Let's take a few more breaths. And then as you're ready, remember circling the torso, you can just tuck the chin, extend the chin a little, move in a circle. This is still your sitting Qigong meditation. You're not out of it. You're just simply moving. And that can very gently kind of bring us fully back into this space and integrate our sort of our normal consciousness with the extended consciousness that we just experienced. So we're not letting go of that extended awareness. We're not saying, okay, we're also being completely present and boundaried in this moment at the same time. Okay, so that's the practice. So it's relaxed, we're open and alert, very present. Okay, if we get too relaxed, we float out or we go to sleep. And if we get too alert, we're probably Americans. Okay, let's do the removing glasses move. And on the count of 3, clap our hands one time. 1, 2, 3. Make heat. And gently massage the muscles in your face. Eye sockets, temples. Jaw. And then when you're ready, loose fists and tap the kidneys. And massage the kidneys. Okay. So maybe you get a sense of how this segues into the Shengong, into the spiritual Qigong. It's pretty close. And this is these are Dharma teachings, because if you have a koan, say, how can we be still and be moving at the same time? That's a koan. That makes no sense. The rational mind says, well, you can't. But we know you can, because we just did it multiple times, right? So we're actually embodying and resolving these small mind kind of conflicts, if that makes sense. And you'll notice too, when you really establish the verticality, which is true, we're upright, we stand upright. And there is, trees grow upright. There is a verticality, it's real. Then you just naturally want to balance it. It's just, okay, but what about this dimension? The horizontal, the horizon, and then when those two are balanced, what naturally happens is there's this radiance. There's this sort of spherical awareness. So we can be aware of the earth below, we can be aware of the sky above, of left, right, front, back. But when all of those are present, there's this expanded awareness of all directions or no directions. Okay, that's a very deep Dharma teaching, because it's a teaching of non-self. There's no longer a reference point. Okay, but you don't have to worry about it. But this is sort of the basis of Shengong, which is using the body as well as the mind to experience awakened nature. And totally doable. That's what we're designed to do. So that's where we'll be heading next time. Any questions or comments? Anybody on Zoom or anybody here? No?
Not yet.
No questions or comments. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That means everybody's kind of taking it in. That's good. That's good. Uh, and I encourage you to practice not practice. That sounds like, I don't know, third grade homework or something. But I just encourage you to um, just move with awareness some of the time. Um, we had a group in prison last week, and we had like 15 people sitting in a circle and I was meditating, and someone had to leave. And he got up and just kind of tiptoed out and very carefully opened the door and very carefully closed silently. And when he came back, he did the same thing. And the teaching of that was the mindfulness of his movements were based on caring about not disturbing all these people. Well, do that once during the day for yourself. I'm just going to open this door really mindfully and go through it and close it. No one's listening, but I'm just going to do that out of respect for myself for whatever reason, you know, and that's practice. That's the practice. So practice in some way, even if it's just taking the mindful breath from the still point, because those still points are really there. You can feel where they are. It's not made up. And it's just like this is an abbreviation for this. One mindful breath or movement is an abbreviation for the whole hour practice. And that's what transforms us. No separation between samsara and nirvana. Same. Is this
mundane technical question?
all right? We love that.
When you speak of looking up, it doesn't appear that your eyes are looking up or your head is looking up. So what do you mean by that?
Eyes follow the hands. Okay. And in Neigong, the eyes are flipped around 180 degrees. I know it makes no sense, but we're not here to make sense. We're here to experience this stuff, right? It's looking internally. And it's just an intention to direct your attention inside the body. So of course your eyes aren't spun around, but there's a sense of looking in and with the eyes. Okay. And doesn't matter that it's impossible. It's possible. Okay. And it's the same with behind. This is why it's kind of mind-blowing to focus on what's behind you, because we don't do that. We're all about here, which is natural enough. But when we put our attention behind us, there's the unseen. The unseen is right here every moment. It's right behind us. Okay. And that's beyond the senses, beyond the eyes to see. So you extend your attention and you can feel what's behind you. I think we have this sense. I think from early days, being hunted and so on. I think we actually do have those senses. I know animals do, many of them. So breathing, someone once told me, who was in my class for the first time, when we did the breathing out the back of the heart, he could easily imagine breathing in this way, but breathing from behind, whoa, suddenly we can be conscious where our eyes aren't looking. And that's a path of awakening. You can't rely on your senses at a certain point. They don't perceive accurately. You all know this, right? Babies see the world upside down. Yeah, I mean, literally the mechanics of the eye, all because of the pinhole, all of reality is inverted. And they see before they're trained, their mind is trained somehow, it flips it all over. So it makes sense. But the initial raw information is inverted. And the mind changes it. And the mind changes all of our physical perceptions. Except for Doug's music. It's transcendent. Okay, great. All right. So next time, Shengong. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you for coming on Zoom. Thank you for your non-questions.
Chat comment.
Okay.
That was fantastic. Thank you so much for providing this class and the remote option. Tuning in from the Pacific Ocean near the Mariana Trench. That stretch to reach the earth was an extra long one today. Love and light.
She's on a ship. Yeah. Yeah. She's like charting the floor of the ocean by Guam. Yeah. Yeah, he was telling me about that. Okay, well, thank you so much. And we'll meet 2 more times.